Well, we're back right here in the studio, and we have with us His Excellency Mr. Sibi George, the Ambassador of India to the state of Kuwait. Your Excellency, welcome to our program, Hala Kuwait, once again.
Thank you, Tariq.
It's a pleasure to have you. And Mr. Ambassador, after a little over 2 years as Ambassador here in the state of Kuwait, you'll be moving to Japan as India's new ambassador there. Can you please tell us, Mr. Ambassador, about your experiences and time right here in the state of Kuwait, sir?
Thank you, Tariq. It has been a little over 2 years since I first came to Kuwait. India-Kuwait relationship is something special. It is our traditional civilization-based relationship, and every generation has contributed in building that relationship. I came here when the relationship was going very good and it is going forward, and I am very happy that I could participate in that effort to further build the relationship. So my experience has been one of satisfaction. I was received in Kuwait at every level. My Kuwaiti friends received me with so much of warmth at the government level, at the business level, and at the people-to-people level. So I go back with a lot of satisfaction and after making a lot of Kuwaiti friends.
We'll talk a little bit more about some of the activities and so forth a bit later on, but Mr. Ambassador, during your tenure as ambassador here, you've enhanced the relationship between the state of Kuwait and India. Tell us more about the strong bilateral relationship between Kuwait and India, please.
You know, Tariq, we always had excellent relationship between our two countries. India was one of the first countries to recognize and send an ambassador to Kuwait the same year when Kuwait became an independent sovereign country in 1961. And since then our relationship continued to grow. And today what we call the long-standing dynamic partnership. And as I said, every generation has contributed to it. What I have been able to do is to further contribute to that development by bringing more government-to-government meetings. In fact, the Foreign Minister of Kuwait had visited India in March 2021. Similarly, the Foreign Minister of India had visited Kuwait in June. We have been able to sign agreements. We have been able to establish a Foreign Minister level joint commission for the first time in the history of our relationship. Similarly, we were able to do joint working group meetings on human resources, on health sector, and on hydrocarbon sector. These are very important sectors in our relationship because we depend on Kuwait for our energy security. Similarly, to a great extent, Kuwait depends on India for its food security. So this is that mutually beneficial partnership which we have been able to build upon. And this particular period, again, we have witnessed COVID-19 pandemic. Very challenging times for everyone, but that has again we were able to convert it into an opportunity and build our relationship further. If you look at it, the large number of Indian doctors and nurses who are present here, they have contributed in fighting COVID pandemic here. India was able to send an emergency medical team at the very beginning. We were able to supply COVID-19 vaccines, made in India vaccines, as the pharmacy of the world. And then from Kuwait side, when India had problems with the medical oxygen, the supply of medical oxygen from Kuwait was a great support for at that time. So this relationship again further strengthened during that period of COVID.
Mr. Ambassador, during your time here, you organized a lot of activities and events right here in the state of Kuwait. I could think of so many, in the hundreds. Maybe you could tell us now about some of the main ones that stand out, sir. Tell us a little bit about that for our audience watching.
See, this period was a special period.
Yes.
We celebrated the 60th anniversary of establishment of diplomatic relations and also the 75th anniversary of India's independence. The confluence of these two important events have helped me to put together a series of events. In fact, I am so happy that for the first time in the history of our relationship, on 2 occasions, the Indian flag was flown on the Kuwait Towers. First time. Again, we have been able to do a series of events in most of the iconic places in Kuwait. Yarmouk Center, Sadhu House, Kuwait National Library, Kuwait National Museum, you name it.
Numerous events.
Yes, we were able to do Namaste Kuwait, a lot of such events where we were able to bring the talent of India and talent of Kuwait together, and that people to people connect we were able to build upon, and that has definitely helped in further strengthening our relationship.
It has, Mr. Ambassador, and I know you strengthened the relationship, you and the team between Kuwait and India on the government and business levels. You touched on that earlier, especially during the COVID time,
yes.
the visits of the foreign ministers
right.
of both countries.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit more, elaborate a little more on that strong friendship and the government and business dealings that have been going only higher.
See, in our relationship, there are many stakeholders.
Sure.
Government to government is very important. It is an essential element, because at the end of the day, this is an important element on which other relationships are, strengthened. And then business to business. We have a large number of Indian businessmen in Kuwait.
Sure.
And similarly, a lot of Kuwaiti investment is happening in India. I have so many rounds of meetings with the Kuwait Investment Authority. I'm quite happy with the way investment is happening in India from Kuwait. See, we may not give a big publicity to that, but I'm very happy that the kind of investment and business engagement that is happening between our two countries. And then comes other areas, between the education field, between the universities, science and technology, you name it. We have a lot of developments in our bilateral relationship, which is looking forward to. In the future, this is going to help us further between the generations. The younger generations are also engaging in that.
Mr. Ambassador, the Indian community is very close to Your Excellency.
That's right, yes.
When they knew that you were coming, we received a lot of phone calls, emails, stating how you've done such a great job in helping the community. So they will miss you, as well as many people will miss you right here in the state of Kuwait. Any words for the Indian community to start off, sir?
I was very lucky to have a great Indian community here, who are loved and liked by their Kuwaiti friends.
True.
Because every Kuwaiti friend whom I met spoke high of the Indian community. They are the most sincere, hardworking, honest, and dedicated to their work. So that is appreciated all over Kuwait. And then I was able to work with that community in further strengthening the relationship. Everything I was able to do here in further developing our relationship was with the support of the Indian community. The events which we organized, the oxygen, supply of oxygen, or anything, any problems which we faced, the community came together and worked with their Kuwaiti partners in building that relationship. So I'm so happy that I was able to work with the community, and the community gave me full 100% support. So it was a mutually beneficial partnership. I always say that Indian Embassy is home away from home for Indians, and literally it was. And they have appreciated the kind of efforts we have put in building relationship and also addressing their welfare issues.
You've done an amazing job. On a personal note, Mr. Ambassador, you've always been very friendly and kind to us right here on the program. You've always come whenever we've asked you to join us on the show to talk about the various events and activities and collaborations that you may have. And I will personally miss you, as well as the team here of Hela Kuwait. And we wish you all the best always. Any last words for the audience who may be watching right now, for the people of Kuwait, sir?
I express my sincere gratitude to Kuwait TV and Hala to Kuwait. Your team, you have been so kind and given us the opportunity to use Kuwait TV to further build our relationship. You have always been positive and tried your best to build our relationship. I'm so happy and thankful to you and for your team who are present here. I am sure that in coming months and years, we will continue to work towards further strengthening our relationship.
That's what we hope for, Mr. Ambassador, and we wish you all the best of luck in your new posting in Japan. And we hope when you visit Kuwait that you'll come visit us right here on the program once again, sir.
Thank you, Tariq. I look forward to that.
Thank you very much. We wish you all the best of luck. We'd like
you.
to thank His Excellency Mr. Sibi George, Ambassador of India to the state of Kuwait. We wish him all the best of luck in his future endeavors.